Today, we're going to talk about the very slow death of the artist. Um, I'm an artist. I haven't said that in a very long time. In fact, I'm not really sure if I've ever really believed that. Um, I've involved myself in the arts since I was a child. I've gone to art schools. I've gone to arts high schools. I've been to an arts college. I've been on stage. I've been on camera. I was told that I had the potential of the soul of an artist, whatever that means, when I was about 15, 16, in high school by some old man teacher. But I don't know if I've ever really believed that I was an artist. And the reason I'm talking about this is because it's really been on my mind lately about how much of an artist I really am. I think a lot of the times we get caught up in all the things we haven't accomplished as people of the arts. The awards, the accolades, the validation, the acceptance letters, the residencies, the opportunities, the auditions, the callbacks, the bookings, the stages and the non-stages, and being behind the scenes and being in front of the camera. And all of those things kind of come together to make you really believe that you're an artist. But what happens when the artist disappears? Or your version of what an artist is? What happens when you're not on stage? Or when you don't book the role, or you don't get the audition, or you find yourself, due to unforeseen circumstances, away from the very thing that you said that you loved? I know that very well. And I feel like I've been in this place of pause for almost a decade. For about 10 years, I believe that I've been going through so much life trauma that it has killed the desire and the passion inside of me that once was so confident and so sure and so certain that this is what she wanted out of her life and this is what she wanted to be. She wanted to be an artist. She wanted to be an actor. She wanted to be on stage. She wanted to be doing her thing. And then nothing. And see, the thing is, when people don't see you, you start not seeing yourself. I'm pretty sure every artist goes through this. And I guess that this is me just verbalizing it. I don't know if I'm really even here to teach some lesson or for really, for you. I really do think it's for me. Um, right now, I'm in this place where I've been questioning whether I am an artist or not. based off of how long I've been away from my craft. You know, the way that I was raised, I never really knew how to give my all to something. Never really knew how to give my all to the thing that I was passionate about, but I did know how to give my all to survival. And that becomes embedded in you. When you're raised in poverty and you're raised in survival mode and hustle mode, all you really know is that. And the thing that you love, it starts to slip away from you. And before you know it, you can't even recognize yourself anymore. You know, I've really had to fight and battle in my own mind on whether or not I want to continue to be an actor, whether or not I want to continue to be a writer or a screenwriter or a filmmaker. Because I said, you know, does it really even matter? I mean, look at what is happening in the world. Look at it's not even the world. It's not I mean, the world, there's a lot of evil things going on, but if we were to be really honest, I just started to believe nothing that I wanted really mattered. Because wasn't something bad just gonna happen anyway? I mean, if everything I've ever wanted has turned out to not be a fairy tale, it's just turned out to be another nightmare, another hard challenge, another thing that made it hard for me to get out of bed in the morning, why even try to be that? And some people may not even, some of you watching this may not really relate to what I'm talking about. But I'm really talking to the artist that has faced very huge trauma. And if you know, then you know. And what trauma does to you is it makes you question your worth, and it makes you see the world from a lens that's very dark. And I've had to fight through that. And I feel like this video is my fight in this weird way. The other day, I told myself that maybe you're right. Maybe it doesn't matter to the rest of the world. What you want to do, maybe it doesn't matter to the rest of the world. Maybe you could become this and that and fulfill your dreams and it not be anything like what you expected. Isn't that what people say? When you have a dream and then you actually accomplish that dream and it's nothing like what you thought it would be. And that's a deterrent for a lot of people. Because why go through all that hardship and if it's not going to be what you wanted it to be in your mind? And so a lot of us give up before we even get there because we're like, I'm done with people. I'm done with these challenges. I'm done with these hardships. I'm done dealing with people. I'm done trying to fix myself. I would rather be better if I just completely and totally just kept to myself and isolated. And it would just be better if I just turned my back on that, because that, how's that even helping the world? Being an actor is not really, it's a, how is that helping anybody now? Especially now in 2025, how is making a film helping anybody? Look at the world that we live in. And I don't know what your dream is as an artist. You might be into music. You might be saying, wow, music has gone down. It's trash lately. It's ran amok by people who aren't really artists. People could just click an app and just make one song and become a one-hit wonder, or all of a sudden they made one song and they're on the VMAs. They haven't worked as hard as you. I mean, look at all these people getting attention, and people who really put in the work, people who really wanted this their whole lives, are being ignored. I mean, there's been this dream on your heart for a really, really long time, since you were a child, since you could remember, and then life happened and all of a sudden none of it mattered anymore. And I know what that feels like, to be on the outside looking in like this is all just a big ass puppet show. Why play a role? And what I say to that is, which is what I said to myself yesterday in my mind when I was thinking about all of this, even if it doesn't matter to the rest of the world, it matters to you. And that's enough. It matters to me, and that's enough. You know, you guys, there are a lot of things that people do that can undo itself. But we do them anyway. When doctors perform surgeries, sometimes they know they're performing a surgery that their patient might not survive through. And a lot of times they don't. But that doesn't stop them from doing the surgery. Even with that information, they do it anyway because that's their job. That's what they're here to do. Because it doesn't matter what happens after the surgery. What matters is what we can do right now, who we're impacting right now. You don't have to impact 1 million people. One is enough. You can make a film that never makes it to the movie theaters. But if one person saw it and it changed their entire lives, wouldn't that matter? When teachers teach students, a lot of them know that these kids ain't gonna be this. None of these kids might not even take on this information that I'm giving them. I'm giving them wisdom every day. There's a huge chance that these kids are gonna go on and forget about me and forget everything I taught them. And we do when we're young. Most of the information that we're taught, we don't remember. But that doesn't matter, because those teachers still teach anyway. Because there's going to be something out of all those hours of teaching and a whole year's worth of teaching. We may not remember most of it, but we all have that one teacher that made the most impact. We don't even know what they said from September to June, but we know how they made us feel. And so that means something. And so what I'm saying to you to end this video off is that if it means something to you, then that's enough. And if you're an artist out there who feels any way that I do, I want you to know that the trauma that you have faced has nothing to do with who you are and who you always wanted to be. And you do matter. And what you want matters. And I know the world feels like it's falling apart and there's something happening every 5 minutes and everybody's distracted and nobody seems to love hard anymore. Nobody seems to want unity and community anymore. Everybody just seems like they want to be seen and want to act a fool just for 5 or 15 minutes of fame. And you go to a restaurant, everybody's heads is in their phones. You walk outside, you're alone. You're hoping that somebody notices you. But they're either with their friends or they're on their phones and you just feel so alone. You feel like artistry is dead. But it's not. It lives within us. And it is our birthright to take it back. Because there is no world without the artist. There is no machine without man. There is no chat GPT without a human being helping it be better. I know the world wants to brainwash you and tell you that there's going to be a robot to do it for you years down the line. So what's the point? But at that time, the world is going to be craving for an artist. Because at that point, there will be no uniqueness. There will be no individual voice. There'll just be a system. And it's our job to break out of that system and come together. And as our different, unique selves, we come together as one. And I know that sounds so cheesy, right? But it's so true. Like, it is literally the only way this world goes round. And so you matter. Your dreams matter. I matter. My dreams matter. And even if I don't know how I'm going to achieve them right now, even if I don't know what I'm going to do after this video, I know that I made this video, and I know that that has sent a signal out into the world for everything to come back to me that I want. So we do it step by step. We breathe. And we try again until we get it right. Ain't that right? All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching the Courtney Brielle Show. And as always, I love you. Never give up, and continue to be your authentic selves, because that's the self that we need. Love you. Bye.